what would be your advice for anyone even thinking about joining real estate, getting their license? What has your first year experience been like?
A complete whirlwind. I would advise people to talk to people that they know. If they don't know anybody, call a brokerage, see if they can set up a meeting with the broker or maybe some of their top agents. I would do more homework than just going into school.
Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you for joining. This is My Favorite Mortgage podcast, where we give you a behind the curtains look on what it takes to get you to the closing table, because buying a home, especially for first-time home buyers, is such a significant milestone in people's lives. It can feel overwhelming, but with the right people behind you and the right team guiding you, we will take you all the way through the good, the bad, the craziness.
Hopefully not the ugly.
Hopefully not the ugly, but maybe the nail biting,
There
right?
you go. Yep.
Right.
We're here for it, though.
Exactly. So we do have a special guest with us who is a licensed realtor and one of our partners that is, we've worked many deals together. So thank you so much. We have Yvonne O'Neill with us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. So
Very excited.
please sit back, relax, enjoy our conversation. Hopefully we can give you some insight, have a little fun. And with that, to my right, that's Andy Summers.
And that is Jaimie Booth.
And welcome to My Favorite Mortgage podcast. Ooh. So we do have a little tradition now that we've been starting, and we started off with a little bit of trivia.
Oh, boy.
Okay? So we're going to...
Trivia.
And this is so random.
I haven't answered one of these, right?
Right? And
You haven't?
we got our bell.
Okay.
Right? If you know the answer,
Oh, boy.
you know,
Okay.
kind of like a dry cleaner's, you know.
When you drive up, your car dings the bell.
Yes. Okay, who wants to go first?
Okay, I'll pull a
All
card.
right, Andy.
So how does this work? You pull a card, you have to
Pull a
answer
card,
it?
and
You
then
guys have to answer.
Okay.
it.
whoever
Cool.
gets it first or knows it rings the bell.
Gosh, trivia.
Okay.
I know, I'm so bad at trivia. Okay, John Adams, John Quincy Adams, and Samuel Adams were all born in which American colony? Yeah, you know that, right?
Well, I know that there were 13 colonies.
I want to see my face right now. My face is just like, what?
What?
I don't even know what the colonies were called. Maybe Pennsylvania. I
It's-
don't know. There, Pennsylvania.
No.
No, don't look at me.
Okay.
I already told you. I
It
know
starts with an M.
Massachusetts.
Boom, baby.
I'm so good at trivia.
Good. Woo! All right, so you're the winner. You draw.
You draw.
Okay. Oh, gosh. On July 17th, 1984, Svetlana Savitskaya
Good job. Nice.
became the first woman to do what? A, spacewalk.
No.
B, swim the English Channel. Or C, break the sound barrier. My bets are on one of them.
I'm gonna. Sorry, that was a delayed response. I would say they swim the English Channel.
Oh, it's so funny. I didn't realize the answer is right below there. Spacewalk.
Oh, interesting.
I didn't like
Really?
this one.
Wow.
I know, right? Isn't that what that
I
means?
thought it was B.
Yes.
I thought it was B too. That's
Yeah.
that was my guess.
It just seemed to match so much better.
Yeah.
No, spacewalk.
All right. Well, now we all know
was gonna say.
who was the first woman to spacewalk.
In 1984.
All right. Were you even born?
No.
Aunt Miss Andy
No way.
Summers was not even a thought.
and a baby.
No, I was not born quite
All
yet.
right. So stay tuned because we do the last one at the very end. So we've got a little bit more trivia at the end.
Oh, man, that's funny. I liked that.
Well, again, thank you so much, Yvonne, for joining us. Tell us a little bit about your background in real estate.
Oh, well, I don't have any except last year.
So you're a baby, too.
I'm a baby.
Oh, we're all babies.
This is my second year in real estate. I got my license in 2021.
The end of 2021?
December. Yeah,
Okay.
got my license. And then I found Realty One Group Integrity, and I started. I hung my license in December, but I didn't. It was the holidays, so I don't really count that because I didn't do any kind of working. But I started last January.
Nice.
Yeah,
So we've got a full year in.
a full year.
Yeah.
Full year plus.
Well,
Yeah.
what would be your advice for anyone even thinking about joining real estate, getting their license? What has your first year experience been like?
A complete whirlwind. I would advise people to talk to people that they know. If they don't know anybody, call a brokerage, see if they can set up a meeting with the broker or maybe some of their top agents. I would do more homework than just
Someone
going into school.
recruiting.
That's what I did. I had a friend who I had met years ago, and then when she started her journey, I was watching all of her, social media posts, and I was reaching out to her all throughout 2021, just asking her questions on what it took to get there, what's school like, what's the test like, what's it like to do contracts. I asked as many questions as I could that I thought would help me, but everyone's
Then when you
experience
get
is
into
different.
it-
Yeah, you get into it, and you go to school, you learn all that stuff, you pass your test,
And you use
and
how
then you
much
have
of it?
No, nothing.
That's how ours is too.
You're like, okay, I have to write contracts. Like, that's all I really got out of it was I have to write contracts because,
Okay. How many square feet are in an acre?
oh gosh.
I remember
It's
someone
like-
telling me, they're like, at least I know that.
I don't even want to say it now because I'm like all afraid of it.
Okay. All right. No. Just a pop quiz. It's okay.
Yeah. You had to remember all the
She's
weird
like, I
numbers.
don't
And I'm like, I don't remember. But yeah, that's probably what I would advise people to do is to talk to
Brokers and
anybody you can.
Yeah.
I think it's really important.
get a
because
feel if
it's-
it's even the right fit for a career.
Yeah,
Because
I think
it's
some people
not
can know
easy.
that up front. There's other people like myself that actually have to do it to decide if it's something you want to do.
Because it's not just like you get your license and you go sell a house the next day. It's like a lot of
No.
work.
Yeah.
No, last year was a unique year. I think
How long before you got your first check? You got your license in December. You hung
March.
it. So 4 months. That's very, very average. I feel like
Ish,
that
yeah.
seems
Yeah.
to be the right.
because I
so-
got my listing in February.
Okay.
My very first listing was February. But I mean, I
And that
hit the
was
ground
last
running,
year.
and that was last year, which is so different from how this year's already rolling out.
Well,
So yeah,
you love it?
I love it.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, I don't regret it at all. It's definitely a lifestyle that I really love, especially when I am busy all the time.
Yeah.
I love it.
Love being busy.
Me too. Yep.
Well, so the purpose of this podcast is not only to just share an experience, but we also want to kind of connect with people that may hear something similar. Like, yes, I had to go through that. Or maybe my credit isn't perfect. And how did we do it? How did we get to the closing table? So we've asked you to come on to share one of your memorable transactions and what was, something that maybe the client had to overcome,
Yeah.
or maybe there was, a mortgage or something like that.
Yeah.
So share with us your most memorable transaction.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I helped a couple last year, and they wanted to move to Green Valley. They came to me as a referral from an online lead, which if you are a realtor out there, you know what online leads are, and they're very frustrating most of the time. But when they become fruitful and it's
unicorn.
a successful one, yeah, it's exciting. It's like, oh, this is so great. And that's what it was like for this couple. I was able to connect with them, and then I actually had to nurture them for like 5 months. It took a long time. It wasn't like, oh yeah, we found this house and we really want to move like right now. It was, oh, we were just looking.
Yeah.
I'm like,
What
yeah,
was
I look too every day.
That's my job.
That's what I do.
so the nurture part? What was it? Was it maybe they were in a lease or maybe working on credit? What was it that what was it that made them not ready right then?
So they actually were in a really good situation, credit, and they both had jobs, they had good credit, they had been renting, but they were waiting for an inheritance.
Okay, so the inheritance would be what they would put down
They
for
wanted
their down payment.
Yeah, they wanted the inheritance to help with their down payment or closing costs and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So that is what dragged out. So I knew that was what was holding them up, but you don't really know if that's really the reason when you first meet someone. So you still have to nurture them, just like you would anybody else. I can't just be like, all right, cool, call me in 5 months.
And what kind of activities did you do to nurture these clients so that they did stay with you and eventually, bought a house and we completed a transaction?
Yeah. It's really important to stay in touch from what I can understand, especially with anybody. If you make a connection with someone and it's not, why are you calling me? I never asked you, because you get that. You get people that are angry that you called them. And I'm like, you submitted your information online. You put your phone number, you put your email address and your name.
What do you think
Someone's going to call you. Yeah.
Right.
Don't get mad at me for doing my job. However, I have found that I do better over the phone.
Oh, really?
I prefer, if we have a conversation, I'll keep calling you.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
If you respond more over text, I'll keep texting you.
But you prefer phone calls.
I prefer phone calls because
Yeah,
I
me
feel like
too.
it's easier
You're
for me
right.
to connect with somebody. And
Yeah.
once I find out things about you, do you have dogs? What do you do for work? Are you from here? Are you moving from out of state?
What brings you here?
Yeah, you get to build that relationship.
Right.
It's not rocket science. I love talking with people. I love working with people. So it's easy for me to connect with somebody, and I'm going to learn a lot about you, about your likes and dislikes, because I'm helping you make a big purchase in your life.
The biggest purchase
And
in your
there's
life.
going to be a lot of likes and dislikes that we're looking for and we're weeding through when it comes to searching online for homes.
And
But
you're in it for the long haul.
really, though, absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah. So if it's phone calls, with this couple in particular, we did both. We did all three. So she worked all day. So sometimes we would text. But it's not something where I want you to ever feel like I'm harassing you. So initial contact, great. Maybe a couple weeks later, I'll try
Right.
again. And I think there was at one point where there was so much going on last year with how the market was just crazy that there was a point where it had been a month and I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't even talked to them. Mm-hmm. And I just called her and she didn't get back to me for a couple weeks, but then she did. And one of the biggest impacts, I think, was when I emailed her my buyer's guide. Mm. And I think it was really helpful. It's really helpful for anybody, but in particular, this was their first home that they would have purchased.
Right.
They've been renting
Right.
forever.
And there's so many steps to the process and the
Yeah.
journey that it does feel that overwhelming. And if you can see it in black and white and go, okay, I'm at step 3. I have to get to step 23.
Yeah.
Here's a guide. I love flowcharts. I'm one of
Yeah.
those neurotic people that, likes a detailed plan of 1, 2, 3, 4 and check
Yeah.
off these boxes. And the
And
home buying guide
I agree.
provided that.
I've had help from different agents as far as setting up different drip campaigns or creating my own buyer's guide. So thankfully, because it's hard when you come into a new career and you're just supposed to magically figure it all out. It's just, when you go into a job at an office, they're not just going to sit you down in front of a phone and be figure it out. You're going to get trained.
Yeah.
So you have to find those other agents that are willing to train you
On their own time
on their own time.
and on dime.
It's not even you're really going to pay them for it. And I
Right.
just think that it's so important to find somebody that you connect with so that they can actually see the value in training you to
Yeah.
be the best agent you can, because you're representing other agents.
in your brokerage. So it's your reputation.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I was
Sorry.
what is that word?
I know,
I don't know
I
what that
know.
word
And-
was, but I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's true though, the brokerage that I'm with, and then, but I also really feel agents in general, real estate agents in general, it's important to uphold a certain standard
Yeah.
of like how you talk to people, how you talk to each other as fellow agents. Like,
And
I'm not your enemy.
professionalism. Yeah.
I'm not your
Yeah.
enemy. If you're the listing agent and I'm the buyer's agent, we should be like so close.
BFFs.
We should be besties throughout the entire process, not our enemies. Like, so I just feel like it's really important to get the proper training, and I feel that I got a lot of that from a lot of different agents last year.
Oh,
And
that's nice. That's
So-
good to hear.
yeah, so like sending out that buyer's guide, she called me and she was just, I loved this couple because it was as if the things I asked of them, write down what you want. In my buyer's guide, there's like little questionnaires. She filled out everything.
Wow.
You're like, yes.
I was like, oh my God, that's amazing.
It's like my cheat sheet right here.
It was so perfect. 'cause
I know everything about you.
I have notebooks. So like I can just go back in my notebook and find all of that I've scribbled, like you, Jaimie. But mine are a little bit neater. Just want to throw that out there.
Ouch. Okay, I do a lot of doodling while I'm on the phone. So
I don't doodle quite as much, but you doodle
It's
a
the
lot.
boxes. She always has like the boxes.
I love when
on
Andy's
all-
like, wow, she was on the phone for a very long time with this one. I'm like, she was though, because I was there.
Because I can tell because there's boxes
Because there's
all
like
over the
so
page
much more.
and
You know how
underlines
long
and
the
circles.
conversation was based on the doodles that Jaimie makes. It's true.
She's just got to do something with her hands. Like
Yeah.
it's
And
yeah,
so then the name ends up being like super filled in.
it's beautiful.
It's like capital S. Anyway, sorry, I love
oh, we got off on a tangent there.
you. Anyway. No, really though, they were a dream as far as first time home buyers. So I don't remember how we got here, but that's how I nurture. I stay in touch. I'm consistent. I check in on them, but I'm also trying to read them too because I don't want them to say like, you know, you're bugging us. We don't want to talk to
Yeah.
you. So it's
Yeah.
just this like really weird balance, and it's different for every client.
Yeah, some clients want to be called every day. some clients call us
And
every day.
some realtors as well.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
kind of like, what do you want us to do? Do you want us to give you weekly updates? Do you want daily updates? Maybe just kind of check in. Because our norm is a weekly update.
Right. I
That
like
is
that.
in writing. And then the fun part, the major milestones, you know, we got the appraisal back. We got an approval.
Those are phone calls.
We're
Yeah.
clear to close. Those are my favorite phone calls
Yeah.
to make, you know, providing everything went well, you know.
Yeah, yeah. She's like, the appraisal's under. Dang it.
Who wants to make this phone call? Any takers?
Yes. Yeah. So I do like that. And we are very consistent with the
You are.
communication.
You guys have your system down.
Yes.
And I think that's what's important to accomplish no matter what role you play in real estate, title, lending, agent. You have to have like a cycle that you just keep repeating.
Yeah. Yeah. So they got their inheritance.
Yeah, it
You
just
found
kept
the
getting
perfect
pushed
house.
out. Well, what was crazy is they got their, no, actually, they found 3 homes they wanted to go view. They didn't quite have the check in hand, but it was when all that flooding happened in Florida.
Okay.
And
Doesn't
like,
that happen a lot?
no, there was like,
Doesn't that happen a lot?
no, I just remember specifically because like her family was down there. So she was going to fly out for the funeral, but because of all that crazy flooding,
Uh-huh.
like everything got messed up. So it's just things kept happening to push
Life.
out. Yeah.
Yeah. Mother
Last year
Nature.
was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she was like, yeah, we're supposed to have it. And by the time we went to view these 3 homes, we still didn't have it. And I just told them like, homes are sitting a little longer.
Mm-hmm.
However, that's not me telling you to just, well, okay, well, we'll see what happens. If you like this house,
Put it on.
let's get going.
Yeah.
I got them over to you because I know you guys. You guys get if there's cooperation and things are submitted like they need to be, right? You can get qualified that same day.
Oh yeah. We can work as fast as our buyers do.
What's crazy is it's so easy and people don't understand that. They're like, oh, it's
is.
going to take forever. Like, well, are you an organized person? Like, do you know where your W-2s are? Do you know where
Right.
your pay stubs are?
And honestly,
Can you answer a phone call? I'm sorry.
if
but,
you
like,
can
let's be
do
real.
that, you can buy a house.
Yeah.
It's so easy.
Yeah.
You
It
answered my
really
phone
is
call.
more-
Answer the next one. It will be Jaimie or Andy. You will want them in your corner. Let me just say that.
Yeah, we're fighters, man.
Oh my gosh.
And we don't give up either. No. But we do. We have some requirements, and we're like, hey, I need ABC.
It's a big purchase.
Right.
Yeah, we're not just handing out loans like
Think about it this way.
$500,000.
You go to buy a car, you're going to sit there all day. You are there all day.
No, that's a really good point. Like when I bought my car, I was there all day.
I
We can
was
qualify
there-
you in 15 minutes. You
I
give me your
was
stuff.
I was dehydrated when I bought my car. I got home with my car and I was like, I have to go to bed now because I feel sick. I was dehydrated. Shopping for my car in July in Tucson. I was dying. Anyway, you stay all day. You fill out more paperwork than I think anyone should ever have to fill out.
Right.
It's worse than going to the doctors to buy a car.
Right.
Of getting a tooth
So
pulled.
when we're getting a house,
You get pre-approved, pre-qualified for a house. It is so easy.
And you can sit at home
You
and
can
not
sit
the
on your
dealership.
couch.
Yeah.
You can lay in your bed.
right.
You got a computer
Can you
and
log
a
into
phone.
your bank on your phone?
Oh, that one. That
Oh.
one's big, guys. Write down your information for your bank account. That's just like so easy, but it holds up a lot of things.
You know what else holds up a lot of things for us is when we are requesting bank statements, right? And someone's on their Bank of America app and they go boop and screenshot.
No screenshots, guys.
And then they send
you
it
need
to
to
me.
download the PDF.
And then you send it to us and we rip our hair out.
And
Literally.
we go, no, we need the statement. And I'm one of the, I don't get the paper statement anymore. Nobody really does
No,
that.
but it's so easy to go
You
online.
just go and
I think you
request
need
it.
a computer. Don't do your phone. You need a computer. It's easier to get the PDFs with a
Right.
computer.
Well, now we
We
just
need a
send
whole
you a
class
link
on
and you
this.
just log into your bank account and we have it.
Yeah,
like
we
you
can
don't.
Maybe you should make
digitally-
TikToks on how to download PDFs for your bank
Oh, you
statements.
think she hasn't made
I'm
TikToks
just
about
saying,
bank statements?
maybe you
I
need
maybe
to do
have
it
to
again.
do a monthly one. Like,
Just your
again,
quick reminder to send me all pages. Thanks. Your friendly neighborhood loan officer.
They're all 1, 3, and 7. Here's the pages.
No, my favorite
No.
is when they redact everything. Their name, their accounts, everything that's in there. I'm like, why'd you send this to me?
Yeah, we
I
can't
don't know
use-
anything.
piece of paper with black lines.
Yes.
There's my bank statement.
Do you know how many times it happens more than
All
you think?
the time.
And I'm like, okay, well
That's
now
weird
it's
because
an
they'll give
altered
you
document.
they'll give you their personal information over the phone.
Right.
They've never
Here's
met
my
you.
social security number, but I'm not giving you my bank statement.
Here's my phone number, my legal name, my driver's license, my social security number, and my date of birth. But I'm not gonna let you see it on paper.
That's crossing the line.
You went too far. I'm gonna hang up now.
You know what I think people do is they're imagining loan officers going, you spent how much at McDonald's? Oh my God. Oh, look at how many times they went to, wherever.
We don't do that because we also go to McDonald's every day.
We don't really care how many times you go to
I think
OnlyFans.
that's just a
Yeah,
trauma
yeah.
response to a negative interaction prior,
Yeah.
where they had to show their bank statements. But anyway,
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. Again, this is why mortgage is my favorite. First-time homebuyers are actually one of my favorite
Me too.
clients.
Me too.
To work with. It's so new, and we don't get schooling for a transaction of this size, this magnitude, of how impactful owning a home can be. So for a first-time homebuyer, we have to not just guide them through, the journey, but be their support, their psychiatrist,
Oh, yeah.
their sounding board, and
Everything.
we have to be in their corner too, because we want to make sure they're getting the right deal, the best deal, and into a home that they love. What is one of your favorite things about working with first-time homebuyers?
I think it's just the fact that I can literally hold their hand through the whole process.
Yeah.
I have gone through transactions and trainings to help me do that with my clients, and first-time homebuyers
Nice.
really need it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm currently working with someone, and she's bought 10 other homes, so it's so different.
Different,
She's just
yeah.
like, are we good? I'm like, we're good. She's like, all right, cool. Talk to you later. First time home buyers? No. They're
There's
like every day.
questions.
They're like, what is this paperwork? Why am I signing this?
What does this
Where do we
word
go for
mean?
here?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, oh, that looks weird on the house. Everything. There's no wrong question. There's no question that's dumb, stupid. Don't be insecure about asking questions.
Right.
I'm the queen of asking questions.
I think I can vouch for that.
Sometimes I gotta say.
Some people hate that about me. I don't care.
I would rather be informed and ask those questions than
Then just like,
assume
oh, I didn't
and
ask.
be wrong.
Yeah.
I didn't think to ask.
Yeah.
Who are you? You didn't
Right.
think to ask a question?
Right.
Okay.
Right. And you can get so much information off internet and online and through social media that may not pertain to your situation.
Yeah,
And
and
it could be
especially-
old, outdated, or just flat out wrong.
I think there are some situations, maybe protocols that are accurate for all states.
Oh, yeah.
But you also have to think about the state you live in. You can't
Right.
just Google something, because half the time you Google something, it's going to talk about like Michigan
Yeah.
or
Like New
Colorado
York.
or California.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not Arizona. You have to be like in Arizona or in Tucson, Arizona.
We all have our own version of a purchase contract, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've seen out of state
Yes.
purchase contracts and how, we're just searching and searching for the information that we need.
And it's
like
put in there
purchase
differently.
Price. And it is. It's on page 2. Or
Yeah, I'm like,
ours
what
page
is this?
1. And I'm like, where's the close of escrow date? Where
Yeah,
is this?
the things that you need to know.
Yes.
You're like, what? Where? This
Where
makes
is
no
it?
sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So each state is very specific. So it's
Yeah.
best to work with a lender that is in your state, but it's also, a realtor who's got boots on the ground in that market can help you with how to purchase a home in that state.
Yeah, because hopefully that agent is able to answer any question you have. And
So-
if something comes up that they can't, we're going to find the answer for it. Because
Right.
maybe it's a brand new situation that they've never been a part of.
Right.
So
Yeah.
So where are your clients at now? Happy? Moved in?
yeah,
Boxes unpacked?
I would hope so.
Okay.
The last time I checked on them, they were just loving their home.
Aw.
It's funny actually, the backyard is what sold them. The house itself was perfect, but the backyard is what sold them. And I was surprised when I found that out, because I didn't know that until, they didn't tell me that until we were in contract. They're like, it was this backyard that really got us. And I think it's because they were living in an apartment. They
No
have little
yard.
dogs. There's no yard.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Stairs.
the backyard was super easy to get to, and it was big. And it had these beautiful trees,
Aw.
and it had low maintenance landscaping, but they loved it.
backyard.
They just loved the backyard.
I gotta say, when I saw my house with my husband, that backyard, I loved my backyard.
I love your backyard.
Yeah, me too.
So sometimes it may not even just be the house; it's maybe the
Yeah.
views that will sell it, or the backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had very specific needs on what their house looked like and how they accessed their house. And this one really, every box was checked off.
Yeah. It was
So
in Green Valley.
It was a
Yeah.
Green Valley house, which I love Green Valley. That community I love it out there. I love house shopping out there. It's my favorite.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, again, thank you so much for joining us
Yeah.
on My Favorite Mortgage.
This was fun.
And thank you for listening to today's podcast. We hope you enjoyed the show as much as we did. We had some fun. We laughed about the difference of home buying and car buying, and that.
It's just an example.
It's funny though, because during the break we even talked about that. You're right. Like, it is easier to do a home purchase.
It's so much easier.
Than a car purchase. Not knocking car purchases, but yeah, you don't have to go sit in an office for hours and hours. We do it all online, make it as easy as we possibly
Yeah.
can.
Even after you've gotten pre-qualified, you actually aren't doing all the work. If you have a good agent, they are the ones doing the work.
Right.
There's so
Right.
much more work that we do behind the scenes. And essentially, if you tell me a day you're free and we find a list of homes, I'm setting those up for you.
Yeah.
Like, the most you have to do is drive to the house.
Yeah.
So you laid in your bed and you got pre-qualified, and then you get to drive and go look at 4 homes. Like,
And then go home.
it's fun. It should be a fun experience. It shouldn't be a,
And that's
I'm so
ultimately
stressed
our
out.
goal,
And that's
too.
the whole goal for me.
For
I
me
mean,
too.
getting
Yeah.
you all the way to giving you keys in your hand to your new
Yeah.
home
So rewarding.
is so satisfying, because I know that we got you exactly what you were looking for.
Yeah.
And we got you the best rate we could. We got you everything. Everything
Yeah.
is,
It really
is
matters,
just what you needed
like-
for you.
Who's in your corner?
It
Yeah.
really does. It's huge.
Yeah. Before we go, I'd like to remind everyone to subscribe to our podcasts on your favorite platforms so you never miss an episode. And if you have a moment, please leave us a rating or a review, or your feedback helps us to improve and get a wider reach and audience, and hopefully help some more people achieve the goal of home ownership.
Yeah.
And any suggestions or topics that you'd like us to cover.
Oh, yeah.
Even your own real estate success story or
Flop.
perfect word. Please reach out to us on social media, or you can email us at myfavemortgage@gmail.com. We really, really appreciate your input and strive to make this podcast as informative and entertaining as possible.
Yeah.
So thank you for listening, and thank you to Yvonne again.
Yeah, thanks, Yvonne.
And we're going to finish up with our last trivia.
I'm so happy I got to come and do this with you.
Okay.
This was so much fun.
So, if you guys know it, ring the bell.
Okay.
Probably won't ring.
Andy and I are like, I don't want to.
True or false?
Oh.
Okay, so you got a 50-50 chance. Okay?
That's a good one.
Dang it. We've
What?
already done this one.
Okay, well then put it back.
Okay, we're going to take out the ones we've done.
Yeah, we have. We should.
Tomato is not a native to Italy.
Oh, I would have known that when we did that last time.
Okay, one last one.
Yeah, we should put them in the bottom.
Okay. Are you flipping kidding me?
Flipping.
That was the John Adams, Quincy Adams
Oh, that's
one.
weird. She put it back in there.
Okay. All right.
I'm the worst.
She's like, I'll put it right back where I got it.
Okay, last one. On what continent
What?
is
No.
no geography? Because I can't say this word very well.
Perfect.
Oh fuck. Forget it. I'm not doing that one. I don't even want to try. Okay, we are smart people.
No, we really are. But
We can do
geography
your
in me
loans.
is
I don't
not-
know that.
Yeah,
All right,
numbers
all
are
right.
better
This
than
is more
geography.
modern. It is not geography.
Great.
What sci-fi television show caused a social media sensation in 2019 with the so-called Baby Yoda?
Oh, The Mandalorian.
Good job. Woo.
That's the first one I ever got.
Yes. We do love Pedro Pascal on this podcast. So Pedro, if you're listening, please join us. Again, thank you so much for listening, guys. Thank you to our
Thank
guest.
you.
We'll be back for another episode, so stay tuned.
Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.